She laughed when she said it. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Her lipstick glimmered under the hotel bar's neon light, red like a warning sign I'd ignored too long. The way she leaned toward me, drink in hand, a half-drunk smile hiding something deeper. I knew before I even spoke that this night wasn't going to end the way I hoped. I took a slow sip of my bourbon and replied, almost casually, "You mean Mike?" Then I smiled, a hollow, brittle smile. That secret's already out. Her laughter froze. The glass trembled slightly in her hand. 1. The beginning of the end. A week earlier, I would have sworn my wife, Lila, was incapable of betrayal. We'd been married 8 years. 8 years of shared breakfasts, road trips, lazy Sundays, and quiet forgiveness for all the small ways two people disappoint each other. We weren't perfect, but we were us. When she said she was going to Vegas with her colleagues for a work retreat, I didn't think twice. I even helped her pack. She kissed me at the door the way she always did. Soft, familiar routine. But routines can lie. Started with a text. A message from her friend, Jenna, that wasn't meant for me. Tell Mike last night was wildfire, you two are trouble. My first thought wasn't anger. It was confusion. Then denial. Probably a joke. Inside office thing. But the seed had been planted, and it grew quickly, dark and twisting. That night I opened her laptop. I'd never done that before. Not once in 8 years. Her trust was sacred to me. But when I clicked open her messages, her call logs, her photos, my world turned into shards of glass. There he was. Mike Hensley. Her coworker. Single. Charming. The kind of guy who thought harmless flirting was a personality trait. Photos from Vegas. Some blurry, some too clear. Her hand in his at a blackjack table. Her head on his shoulder in a bar. A hotel mirror selfie. Both of them smiling, his shirt half unbuttoned. And a message from her that burned like acid. You make me feel alive again. Don't let this end when we leave. 2. The drive to Vegas. I could have called her. Could have screamed. Could have packed her things and left them on the curb. But betrayal is strange. It paralyzes before it burns. Instead, I booked a flight to Vegas. I told her I'd surprise her, that I wanted to join her for the weekend. She hesitated, then said she'd love that. When I arrived, I didn't go straight to her hotel room. Waited. At 7:30 p.m., she stepped out of the elevator, hair freshly done, wearing that red dress I'd bought her for our anniversary last year. Not for me this time. She met Mike in the lobby. I watched them from across the casino floor, hidden behind the glitter and noise. He touched her waist. She didn't flinch. She smiled, softly, tenderly, the way she used to smile at me. They walked toward the bar, hand brushing hand, and that's when something in me died. Breathe the bar. By the time I followed them in, she was sitting on a high stool, laughing at something he said. The sound of it, her laugh, was almost enough to undo me. I took the seat next to her. Mike turned first, surprised, his face paling. "Daniel," Lila stammered. "What are you?" Cut her off. "Work retreat, huh?" Her lips parted, eyes darting between me and Mike. Then she forced a laugh, trying to smooth the moment. "Babe, it's not what it looks like." Smiled empty. "Then tell me what it is, Lila." Mike muttered something about leaving, but I stopped him with one look. "No, stay. You should hear this too." Lila reached for my hand, but I pulled back. Her perfume, her warmth. It all felt like a lie now. "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas," she whispered, trying to sound playful, desperate to de-escalate. That's when I leaned closer, my voice quiet but sharp enough to cut through the music. "You mean Mike? That secret's already out." Her face drained of color. "Dan, please. Don't," I said. "I saw the messages. Pictures. The part where you said he made you feel alive again." The bar felt smaller. The noise faded. It was just us, the three of us, trapped in that moment. Mike looked down, guilt written all over him. "I'm sorry, man. It wasn't supposed to." I slammed my glass on the counter. "Don't finish that sentence." "For the hotel room." Lila followed me upstairs, begging me to listen. I didn't want to, but I did. Because no matter how much you hate someone in that moment, love still has a way of begging for explanation. Inside the room, she cried. I didn't mean for it to happen. I was lonely. You've been distant for months. Always working, always tired. Mike he noticed me. Noticed you. I repeated. That's your defense. She sank to the floor, shoulders shaking. I made a mistake, Daniel. One night. It didn't mean anything. One night, I said, showing her the messages. You plan to see him again. You said, don't let this end. She stared at the screen, then whispered, I didn't mean it. A silence followed, long, suffocating, endless. I realized then that nothing she said could fix what she'd broken. You can glue a vase back together, but it never holds water the same way again. 5. The return. We didn't fly home together. She begged me to wait, to talk, but I needed distance, space to breathe. The house felt foreign when I returned. Every framed photo was a ghost. Every memory tasted different now. For days I said nothing. She came back the following week, trying to act normal, cooking my favorite meals, leaving notes on the counter like nothing had happened. But I couldn't look at her without seeing him. Without hearing those words. He makes me feel alive again. One night, she sat beside me on the couch, tears in her eyes. I know I broke you, she whispered. But please let me fix it. I'll do anything. I looked at her then, really looked. The woman who used to be my home now felt like a stranger renting space in my life. You can't fix something you killed, I said quietly. You just learn to live with the ghost. 6. The goodbye. Weeks passed. We tried therapy. We tried pretending. But love isn't built to survive pretense. It demands honesty, even when honesty hurts. One morning she handed me her wedding ring. Her eyes were swollen, her hands trembling. I thought if I said sorry enough times it would mean something, she said softly. But I see it now. Some things can't be undone. He nodded. There were no grand speeches, no cinematic endings. Just the quiet sound of her footsteps leaving the house for the last time. 7. Epilogue. Months later I returned to Vegas. Not for closure, but to face the place where it all ended. I sat at the same bar, the same seat, watching the same neon lights flicker over polished glasses. The bartender asked if I was waiting for someone. I shook my head. Not anymore. I thought about her laugh, about the way she said those words. What happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas. But secrets have a way of escaping. They claw their way out, no matter how deep you bury them. And when they do, they don't just destroy trust. They destroy the version of yourself that once believed love was unbreakable. As I finished my drink, I caught my reflection in the bar mirror. Older, harder, quieter. That's when I finally understood. It wasn't her betrayal that broke me. It was realizing that love, once tainted by deceit, never truly heals. Just learns how to hide its scars. I stood up, left a tip on the counter, and walked out into the cool desert night. The Vegas lights blinked behind me, fading into distance, like a memory I no longer wished to chase.